Hello everybody, I am playing Star Wars The Old Republic. This is a Huttball match. To start the match, I am putting slow release med packs on everybody. As soon as we hit that mid area, it becomes a pretty big battle, and sometimes it can be hard to target everybody, so that kind of helps me out in healing. My main objective is to follow the ball carrier as far as I can towards the end zone. He's going to be pulled and pushed around quite a lot, so have to kind of like keep my eyes open and also make sure that I have everyone else kind of healed up as well. It can be kind of a crazy first minute or two. As soon as the ball gets passed off there, I can kind of rest a little bit and try to, top everyone else off. Most of the time, when you pass beyond that fire, there's usually two people. There's usually a nice group and not enough people back, so I can't, like, can't see him this time and heal the ball carrier, and we do fail to score. However, most of the time that works out a little bit better. Though having this many people forward, we have quite a bit of DPS, so we can try to get the ball back as quickly as possible. Though they did reset and we did not have mid control at this point, so they did get the ball. However, we had two people sitting back kind of defending, and we kind of bring this big group forward to get the ball. It's really important to sort of move in a group, and it's also really important to control the middle area. Well, I wouldn't say death matching is a good idea. It is good to just kill as many people as you can in that middle area and sort of open up a hole for the people who are carrying the ball, so that they can avoid being focused down and taking too much damage. Dropping down into this pair is actually a pretty good idea. It sort of keeps the opposite team sort of separated, because they'll always kind of expect you to be up in that top area, so they kind of figure it out after a while, but they leave enough space open on the top area so that the ball can be passed up. And Jedi Knights can just sort of jump up there either with a Guardian Leap or a Force Leap if they're attacking, which is really nice. I was kind of afraid I was going to die there, had this Marauder just kind of focusing me down, but it was kind of good because that was extra DPS that sort of failed to realize that we were scoring. Again, we didn't have mid here, which could have cost us. Usually if you are super attack focused and you have too many people forward, you'll have them score immediately after you from that middle area. So it's really important, and I can't overemphasize the fact that controlling mid is a really good idea. We kind of stick to a group here, and we kind of got lucky just because that ball carrier didn't have enough support, so we just move in a huge group and just DPS them down quickly, and we get the ball. At this point, we start to realize, we need to control mid a little bit better. We need to start DPSing people down, because they were getting the ball back really quickly. So I just follow this ball carrier as far as I can. Fortunately, the new ball carrier was within range of my heals, so I could heal him up as far as I could. He got to about 72% and just walked through to score, which was good. I don't normally try to focus healing the ball carrier all the way to the end zone. Usually I like to get them to a safe point and then try to come back mid, because as you can see, we had enough people mid, and I can, you know, sort of either help control the area or follow the new ball carrier. At this point, I'm trying to get out just simply because there are a lot of people from the opposing team coming mid. Unfortunately, I just get bounced around way too much and sort of get separated, and they score, but we immediately get the ball back. At this point, I'm just trying to, you know, regain my bearings. This guy was just, you know, asking for it though. He's just backpedaling, and he dies. It's never a good idea, especially if you're outnumbered, especially if you're a kind of stun-heavy class like an operative. It's never a good idea to just backpedal. You just have too many abilities which can help you get out of situations like that. And as you can see, if you just choose to sort of backpedal and slowly move, you're just setting yourself up to get killed. At this point, I'm sort of just outnumbered in mid, though I don't get followed, so I try to just harass this sniper a little bit who's trying to hold that line in mid, and I'm rather unsuccessful, but we got the ball back, so I sort of switch focus and try to get back to my ball carrier as soon as I can. Unfortunately though, I just start taking a lot of damage, so I decide to drop into our own pit and sort of lose their focus and try to make my way back to the group as soon as I can. Again, moving in a group in Huttball is a really good strategy. You don't want to overcommit into attack. However, if your ball carrier doesn't have any support, most of the time you're not going to be successful. Team composition, of course, can be a factor. Sorcerers and sages can move very quickly and have a lot of, you know, pulls and things like that. Even assassins and shadows, if they're kinetic spec, have that pull, so you can kind of solo carry the ball a little bit better, but most of the time it just it's a better idea to move in a group. I noticed that this operative is a healer, and I try to harass her as much as I can, but she's just healing faster than I can kind of deal with, and then she hits me with the flashbang, which is kind of a waste because it was only, you know, one person. She should have really just tried to use her single target stun, and I sort of just back off because it's not a fight that I can win, and we just scored and I need to get back mid. I tried to kick that guy just simply because I wanted the speed boost and try to get back to mid as soon as I can. Usually I don't try to pick fights in the middle of a war zone. So here, as you can see, we just just control mid, and we do get the ball back very quickly. They kind of seem scattered at this point, and just having superior forces in middle can be all the difference in a Huttball match. You can really just get the ball back as soon as you can is really the best strategy, especially after you score. You can really start to boss yourself, or boss the other team around and kind of impose yourself on the match if you just hold that middle ground. I kind of felt bad because I was trying to get to this guy, but he was moving around, and I didn't quite catch up to him. Those two had stayed pretty grouped up for the majority of the match, and I noticed, and I used my flashbang on them to sort of just leave them behind in the dust, and we run back to the middle as soon as you can. It's really important to pay attention to your surroundings, especially when you're using your stuns and CCs. If you're being attacked by a single person, you should only use your single target CC. It's horrible when you are being focused by multiple people and you blow your flashbang on a single target and you run into 2 more people and you really needed that flashbang. It's just a really good idea to use the appropriate stuns for the appropriate situations. You can stay alive a lot longer. You can, you know, maybe save that node or, you know, save that point if you stay alive, and using the correct CC could be the big decision maker there to keep you alive. Here they kind of seem to be focused a little bit more. They are running out of time, but here in the middle, they sold their agents just start to kind of deathmatch. They see it kind of an easy kill in the pit, so they sort of lose focus, and that costs them. Otherwise, their team was, they had the right idea. They were grouped up and they were trying to sort of push the ball forward in a group, but losing the operative and the agent in the fight kind of cost them, and our group just kind of got bigger and started swarming and DPSing their players down one by one. So at this point they've got less than 4 minutes, and we have the ball again, so they definitely start to sort of lose focus. They start death matching a little bit more. I noticed that I started taking more damage. I started getting focused a lot more. And that really cost them. I mean, we scored on them pretty easily there, just simply because they're death matching in the middle. There's a pretty big difference between controlling the middle area and killing the correct and appropriate targets, and death matching, which is basically like they just want Geno dead. You know, he's low, they're trying to kill him. They're chasing him into stupid areas, like right there. They did get the ball in the middle, however, it's a little too little too late at this point, and I've been communicating with my team a little bit here, and we realized that we have enough people back that we should be able to easily get the ball back. So we, you know, shift focus to mid. We're kind of trying to DPS them down. Unfortunately here I get unbeatable, and they decide, oh, healer in the middle, she's unbeatable, let's focus her down, and I've got all my I've already used all my defensive cooldowns, so I do die. It was sort of disappointing. I felt like I had been playing really well and thought that maybe I would go deathless in this match, but it wasn't meant to be. However, again, switching the focus onto me sort of opened up the match for us. They stopped focusing on the ball, and we got it back and started to kind of slip through. I'm not really sure they cared at this point. I think they had already given up and had accepted that they were probably going to lose. So I try to hassle this healer just a little bit. I get hassled a lot in Warzone, so it's kind of nice to kind of return the favor every once in a while. So pretty much the main focus you want to have in a Huttball match is to control mid and move as a group. If you have a healer in your group, it makes it a lot easier for the healer to keep everyone alive if you move in a group. As soon as people start spreading out, you just become an easy target to be picked off, and if they have really good DPS, they'll sort of start bossing you around. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.